So, hey guys, my name is Sadiq Mosley with M-Light Studios Photography. Today we're here at Anime Fest. I'm going to go ahead and run through how to do cosplay photography when you're at a convention. So with me today I have Craig. If you want to introduce yourself, go ahead.
Hi, my name's Craig. I'm a cosplayer from Fort Worth. I am currently cosplaying Geralt of Rivia from The Witcher. My whole costume was made by a lovely shop called Shop Costume Biz, B-I-Z. It can be found on Etsy and Instagram. And just here to have a good time.
Awesome. Hey, thank you for that. Hey, where can people find you, by the way?
People can find me on Instagram under CraigN471.
Hey guys, so I found out that the lapel mic I was using for that first set of videos from Anime Fest was actually not working right, so all of the footage that I had directly on there malfunctioned. So right now I'm going to talk you through exactly what it is I'm doing here. First thing I always do when I set up a shoot is to take an ambient light shot just to see what the scene looks like out of camera. Now in this case, especially on that day, there was some beautiful cloud covering and a lot of very soft natural light. I'll show you in a second what it looks like straight out of camera. Now here, I was helping him buckle up some loose belts on his arm guards. One thing you want to be cognizant of is you never touch a cosplayer, never touch their props, don't touch any part of the cosplay, and just in general don't touch a model without permission. But especially when it's high-end cosplay like this, where either somebody spent a lot of time on it or a lot of money on it, you don't want to be responsible for accidentally damaging it. You'll notice on my flash, the little clear spherical device, that is a MagMod magsphere. It's a really awesome diffusion device that you can get, and what it does is it spreads the light out so that it's not super harsh on him. Now normally you'll see for a lot of my shoots I have big soft boxes, and they're great, they work significantly better, but in this case, because we're outside and I don't have somebody to hold the light stands for me, I don't have extra weights with me to hold them down, and I don't want to lose the light, I went ahead and went with these better, more wind efficient method. When I'm testing flash power, I always do it one light at a time. So I'm going to test the key light first, which is the light that's facing him. And then I'm going to put a light behind him as a separation light, and I'll go ahead and test that one. So the first thing I do after I get my lighting set up and get the exposure and power level settings how I like it is to move around and work the shot. What that means is taking it from different angles, taking it from different vantage points, high, low, things like that. What you're trying to do in this case is first off frame the shot in a way that it looks interesting, that tells a story, and then also get things like trees and pillars and buildings keep it from growing out of the model's head, and also from keeping like other people or objects that are unwanted like trash cans and stuff out of your shot. After I get the proper exposure, lighting, and framing done, I go ahead and start the actual shoot. So what I'll do usually to start off is have the models get into a pose that they want to do for the shot, and then I'll make some minute adjustments based off of appealing angles and things like that. So in this case, he's got a very big sword in his hand for his character. So you don't want to have that sword get cut off out of frame or completely flat so that you can't see the wrist guards. Also, have him shift his shoulders a little bit so it doesn't look like that sword's just coming out of nowhere and you can see both hands. or arms in frame. Same thing with the legs. You don't want the model to look like they're missing a leg, so you want them to shift their legs a little bit so that you have both of them in frame. So when it comes to posing a model, I don't want to be the one responsible for damaging something that took them thousands of hours to create or thousands of dollars to get custom designed for them. So you will rarely ever see me touch a model, and if I do, I always ask permission for it. What instead I like to do is, I call it mirroring. So I'll lift up my hands how I want him to pose his hands. Or I'll turn my shoulders a bit to show him how I want him to turn the shoulders. I'll shift my feet to show him how I want his feet placed. At the very beginning, we talked about working the shot. That means changing your angles, changing your vantage point, and sometimes even changing the exposure. So one thing that you want to keep in mind is, even though you like how the shot looks or the angle that you're taking it from, doesn't mean that you should stop there. You'll notice for me that even though I had framed it one way, I've moved around a lot. The reason being is there's plenty of times where I've gotten what I thought was the perfect shot, and then I moved to a different angle, and I found that I like that shot more, especially when it comes to post-processing. I look at things, and even though I've been doing this for a while, I'll still sometimes miss random things creeping into the frame. And I find that one of the shots that I took just on an off chance turns out to be better than what I thought was going to be the best shot in that frame. So after you get done with the shoot, I always offer to help the model carry their props or pieces back inside. I offer to help them take off their armor if they have, heavy armor or heavy layers. If they have wings or something, hey, do you need help taking it off? Just to be respectful and make sure that, they're not getting stuck. Well, guys, I want to thank you for stopping by for my first episode of Capturing Cosplay. It's been a pleasure. Again, you can find my work at MLight Studios on Instagram, Facebook, and mlightstudios.com coming soon.